And they were a boy and a girl, and the boy was the oldest and the girl, right? His sister only had 2 children, a boy and a girl, right? And it was money. It was money because my father wanted us to go to college. So he had this all budgeted, right? And he said that he only wanted to have 2 kids. But then they have a boy, another boy. So 4 years later, after me, they have another child, and it's a girl. Right? So now, the only thing is they're 8 years apart, so they don't really get along. It's kind of weird. My older brother and my younger sister. But here I am in the middle, and I wasn't even really supposed to be there. Right? So I don't know. Did I sense this somehow, that I was always the one that was always making everything equal? But I think it was also because I think because I was thinking, I don't know, if I don't make things equal, then maybe they just get rid of me because they don't really need me, right? Because they always have their boy and their girl. I don't know. So do you see what I'm saying? So now, this is kind of a creative thing. So I'm not expecting that it's going to come right now, but I want you to start thinking about it because this is very useful for us as actors, because once we understand what's doable about the character, we can do it. Doesn't matter if you've got an audience. It doesn't matter. Do you see what I'm saying? It inspires us because it's doable. We know what to do. So it's very easy then for you, in terms of a performance, to say, oh, well, I just know that when, if I have a scene with Olga, right? And it starts to make you give choices, because like you said, I don't give, so how many roses do you give to Olga?
I mean, the first day?
Yeah.
A lot.
Right.
Maybe candies also.
Right, candies also, what else? Right. What is it? Oh, and a limo, it's like too much, right? For the first date, right? It's like,
so romantic.
Oh, but see, already you know. Do you see how it allows you to start making choices? And you are actually thinking and doing exactly what the character does. So do you see what I'm saying? It makes it very doable. So I don't know. So let's think about Ava, because this is really the first time I kind of saw this power, right? I didn't realize you've got money, right? You're a CEO, did you say?
Yeah,
or you have your own company. You got your own company, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? And that's what I'm saying. I don't expect that it's gonna, because it's nice to ask, these questions that can go all the way back to Ava's childhood, right? But what can you think in terms of that you do the most?
I like to have a good gauge of my physical environment. I control a little bit, and I feel very anxious when I don't.
Okay. So then maybe where did that come from?
I don't know.
Okay, but so you can start creating, you start thinking about it. But in terms of a circumstance, or in terms so it's interesting. How do you see, Angelica, do we have a name for you yet? Did you create a name?
No,
for your character?
Name.
Okay.
I thought it's okay to have just one.
Do you want to use your name?
Yeah.
You want it? And we're calling it the Russian American dating agency? Yeah. Okay.
The name of the agency?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that okay? He has it on the flyers there. Or no, that's kind of just the name of the show.
Russian American Love Agency.
Oh, Love Agency? The Russian American Love Agency? You can make a name. But also your character has a name. But we can use Angelica for now, okay? So it's interesting now, because maybe you're both very powerful women. At least you both own businesses. So how do you, you know what I'm saying? You like, what did you say? You like?
Control.
Control.
So in going to her,
yes,
I am having to admit to myself that I'm struggling with this area of my life.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I haven't exactly completely handed the reins to her.
Right.
She's helping me, but she's still not going to drive the entire.
Because you're not going to let her.
I'm not gonna let her.
That's interesting. Because I'm thinking like when I get an actor, you know, who would be like that, right? It would be like because I see just because I know as a teacher, and I know from my teachers that I learned so much more when I did. Right? When I didn't try to reinvent the wheel, I just put myself over to them, and they just showed me, right? So that I got, you know, but the ones who are always like kind of like this, they don't advance as quickly. Just watch it, right? So that might be something that she actually would see too, is that, so it's interesting. So in you, then what kind of, because, you know, we haven't really done these, but in a lot of dating places that use video, they have you do an intro bio, where you're introducing yourself. So you'd be introducing yourself to your rich partner, right? You know, so it's interesting. What would you control in that?
My appearance. How I express myself, maybe like really think about my choice of words and.
So it'd be
like,
like you maybe even have a script. Nice, right? Yeah. Do you see? So it's going to allow you now. So now you know in any situation. So for instance now, where would you sit if you come into the room? Where would you sit?
It's usually in the middle somewhere.
This is Ava, right?
No, Ava sits in the front.
Oh, Ava. So yeah, so Ava sits here. Yeah. Okay. Pasha, and what's your character's name?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. I think about Joey.
Joey.
Yeah, it's cute. I think it's the corner, like the most like quiet place.
So like here, so where would you sit?
Here.
Sit over there?
Yeah, like over there, like in the
Possible.
in the shadow, you know.
Okay. Oh, in the shadow. So you're like an observer?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so where did that come from? What happened?